Hi there. I just wanted to mention quickly, if you're concerned about which prebiotics and probiotics to take, I've been doing a little bit of research myself in taking some myself. And what I found out this morning that I feel is good, I think it's better to take a blend of a probiotic than to sit there and try to figure out which one is best for you, or take one strain with a lot of it in it, because sometimes you can take too much. And a lot of the prebiotics, I have a problem with a lot of the things that they put in it to take. So I was really hesitant. So I'm kind of excited at what I came down with. And these products I've been taking for a while. The first one would be I love the brand Carlisle, and it is a multi veggie and fruit pill that happens to have probiotics. Now, the strongest reason I bought it wasn't for the probiotics, because I really didn't think there would be much of an effect of what they would put in here on my body. But I started noticing, I've been taking these probably for about 2 months, maybe even longer. I've been noticing I feel better after I take it, and I couldn't quite figure it out. And now there's no magic pill. I go through a whole lot to feel better in the morning. I pretty much am a chronic sufferer myself, like many other women out there that aren't going out, and it breaks my heart. So that's why I want to share some of this information. I do a lot of things, and I certainly don't expect someone to do all the things that I do. I mean, I can wake up and feel absolutely horrible, but instead of going to that spot, I already know that my body is compromised when I wake up. So I do so many things to push out all the toxins that have built up all night in my body, from the Hashimoto's, from the injuries from abuse, from what else? Oh, my hypoxic encephalopathy, which started I believe started the whole thing, maybe to the intense level that I had to really acknowledge, and that was from anesthesia in 1990. But that really made my body more sensitive than it already was. And so when I wake up, my gut health is a mess, and my whole body is just taken down. And not only is my gut health a mess, but because of head trauma from abuse, I'm already not getting enough oxygen in my body. The Hashimoto's is already conflicting my gut health by not being able to break down the bacteria in a normal way like someone else might do. So I've got so many things coming at me, and I'm already very aware of it, but I take my mind right to, I mean, I do my yoga, meditation, Reiki, and many things, but lately the first thing I've been doing is gargling, and a doctor who specializes in thyroid diseases feels that, and I do feel this now too, the gut health from your stomach that comes up through your mouth, which teeth is a very important thing too. So sometimes not only will I gargle first thing in the morning, but I'll brush my teeth, and that just breaks down all the bacteria that has rushed up into my mouth and my ears and my nose and my head, where I have a lot of mucus in my head from head injuries from abuse. And what happens is it seeps down, and we've heard of older people getting very sick from this, and they die early. So I'm always on this. And so the bacteria that I get out of my mouth in the morning can be a factor sometimes, and I can usually kind of tell the way I feel. And the other thing I've been doing, I don't have that bottle in front of me, but NutriCost, I'll leave the link below to this one. I take a ginseng, Panax ginseng from them. Now you got to be careful with a lot of ginsengs, because like the Koreans, they really hit me bad, especially with hypoxic encephalopathy, because what that does is it really makes your body more fragile, almost like a baby's, to many anything, medicines, or kind of anything you do. I mean, I don't drink anymore, but when I would have a mild drink after that happened in 1990, I just wasn't, it took a while before I understood that I wasn't accepting it well, because my mind was still in the whole fog of the the deterioration that was coming upon my brain, because I didn't get any help after that happened, because obviously the doctors wanted to cover it up. So I didn't get any kind of help or rehab or anything to stop that process. So the entire process went through, and then of course it got worse when, the possible attempted human trafficking came on. I was the fish in the sea, or was I already the fish? I don't know. But anyway, many more things were entering my body, which I think is what gave me Hashimoto's. So I mean, I do have my own situation, I really do, and I absolutely am empathetic to your situation and what you're going through. So I take moringa, I'll put the link below. The moringa and the ginseng, I'd say ordinarily, other than maybe the gargling, is the first thing that I would do in the morning. And literally, I wait for the discomfort to subside. And it's kind of a miracle, and I find these things are from other women sharing information, and sometimes male doctors who are loving to women. They'll tell us things that we can do to help ourselves, which I'm very grateful for. But those two things seem to be the main thing. I also take a probiotic and just lactose, the lactose probiotic, like the stuff that's in yogurt, which when I was taking yogurt that I was making, it started to come back at me in a bad way, because it was too much for me, because obviously my body doesn't break things down now like everybody else. And plus, on top of that, getting the Hashimoto's after that, I had to be careful how much bacteria I put in, because my body doesn't break down bacteria now like other people. So it doesn't seem to affect me a whole lot. I've been taking this particular pill, like I said, I'll link all this stuff below, for a while. So I wasn't really concerned with it, but I was worried this morning I wasn't doing enough, because I wasn't feeling that great. Moreover, and I just realized this is just my life after researching what I've been taking and what's out there, and that I just have to stay on it. So I felt eager to share this with those who are, really sitting around in a lot of discomfort and maybe not knowing anything to do, to get to a point where you can at least talk and be a little more routine like myself. I know what it's like to be stuck on the ground, not being able to move because your joints hurt so bad from all the reasons I've mentioned. You want to just stay in bed and get more rest because you need it. You can't go for that walk. I mean, I have to really schedule, okay, am I going to have the energy to physically be able to go for a walk? Because I also have mild hemiparesis on my right side and a gait. That's a mild form of paralysis, and I don't feel my right foot a lot. So and that's from the hypoxic encephalopathy in 1990 that nobody wanted to address, which exasperates as I get older, or just exasperates, period. I'm not sure. But so I'm carrying around my right side on top of it, plus all the head trauma that I fought, to try to go away from the tragedies after this, because then you become a fragile woman, which, we all know that story. So I know what that's like to, really have to schedule, am I going to even be able to get out today? So I do take this one, and I take the probiotic once I've had like a bowl of cereal, or I know it's well on the way. And I just take this brand I started. Now the prebiotic that is supposed to be in here, I can't find where it's listed. I think it's on the site, because there is cranberry in here. Now that's a very natural prebiotic. I researched it after. I'm saying it has cranberry. I know there's something in there that's good, and it is a prebiotic. All the other ones seem to be a bit too much for me. So I do take those 4 things that I take, and I will link them below. But if you are questioning probiotics, and gut health is a huge thing to start to help your body feel better, so you can decide what you want to do for yourself after that, to be able to make that move, to get out of bed, get off the floor, be able to take a walk, even do something a bit more enjoyable. I mean, I can actually hop on an electric bike now, which I almost fall off because I try to get my right foot up and over, which it's almost dangerous for me. And then my focusing on the road can be a challenge as well. That's why I gave up my license, because I flunked the test. What was it, in 2010 or 11? I think 2010, because my cognitive deficits were just playing tricks on me. And I was, suffering more head trauma from abuse at that time, which I'm not 100% sure where it was coming from. I was working with women a lot, so it could have been anywhere. But you know, to help women out in their lives. But I do sometimes forget where I started out. But oh yeah, yeah, I can actually, you know, get on an e-bike and ride it now, and which is like amazing because it can be a little heavy and hard to maneuver. But I mean, that's just exciting to me that I can get up and actually do these things. And a lot of times I'm afraid inside to do it. You know, I'm hesitant, but I push past the hesitancies, and I do it, and then I'm so proud of myself. So I want you to feel that too, you know. I really want you to feel that you can do something and you're not just wasting your life. And you're not alone because, I mean, many of us know what it's like, but I don't think a lot of us really sit down and talk about our situations fully and share what we're doing. So if I find something else and it's, you know, in more of a long-term text that I can say to you, and it's not just one item and that might not work for all, then I will share this with you. So thanks for watching Living Positively today.